Hello all. Today we are going to look into a topic economic system. So please do subscribe my channel for more videos. And economic system. What do you think about economic system? Economic system is nothing the way in which an economy or a country is arranged and how they allocate the resources in a best or better manner. That is economic system. So in this video I'll explain you more about economic system, and concept based question is also there, and finally I have brought the solution for or sample answers for opportunity cost questions, which was in my previous video. Next we'll see the types of economic system. Planned economy, government based, which means the decision about the production is taken by the government. Market economy. Here the decisions are taken by market forces, demand and supply. And then we have mixed economy, combination of government plus private sector, that is planned and market economy is mixed economy. And as you all know, planned economy is also called as command economy, and this market economy is also known as capitalist economy. Please don't get confused or like shocked when you hear the word command economy or capitalist economy in your question paper. Both denotes the same. Okay, planned means command, market means capitalist. Before getting into the meaning and features of those, every economy, whether it is planned economy or market economy, they have to answer the three fundamental economic questions, as we already know. That is, what to produce, like what kind of good the economy must produce with a scarce good, like how much amount and what type of good they have to produce. Then comes how to produce, the method to produce the good or a service, whether it is capital intensive or labor intensive. Then we have for whom to produce, like who will be the receiver or whom to distribute the final goods. So these three fundamental questions will be answered by the economies, and the answers will be different in market economy, and that answer will be different from planned economy. First, planned economy. The features of planned economy are, it is state controlled. So all the production decisions and the three fundamental questions will be answered by the state, that is the government itself. It will allocate the resource, and the resource will be controlled by the government on behalf of the citizen in planned economy. They will actually allocate, in the sense arrange, like this good will need this resource and this much resource. Everything will be decided by the government in the planned economy. Next we have equality. In this kind of economy, probably they won't have any wage differentials. The wage differentials among the labors will be somewhat same. Maximum it will be same. So wage differentials will be minimal. So everybody in the economy are equal and equally waged, given wage of equal amount. So in planned economy, the government gives same kind of wage to every people. Next, self-sufficient. Government feels that they are self-sufficient, that is, they are enough to produce the goods they want, and so there will be minimal engagement in international trade. So international trade involves exports and imports. Exports means selling our goods to another country. Imports means purchasing or buying goods from another country. Most probably when it is planned economy, they don't import. They import, but at the less amount. They won't import a lot from other country because they feel that they are self-sufficient. Next we have the advantages and disadvantages of command economy. first we'll see the advantages. Economies of scale. What is economies of scale? It is when an output is increasing, there will be decrease in average cost. We call that as economies of scale, but how? Because of bulk inputs, spread of fixed cost, specialization, cheaper loans, improved processes. So when our company or a firm is becoming big, our output will increase. When our output is increasing, we'll buy lots of resources at bulk. So when we are buying it from a wholesaler, we will get a discount. So that will reduce our cost. So when our output is increasing, our average cost is decreasing. That is one example or one type of economies of scale. But how is this related to planned economy? Actually, you see, in planned economy, it is government owned or government run. So there will be large state monopolies. State monopolies, in the sense, monopolies means single producer. There will be one firm which is producing that good. So that is what is known as large state monopolies. So they will also get benefited from the economies of scale by these things. Look at these things. By these things. Fine. So next we have prevent wastage. So if you see in planned economy, there won't be any competition. When there is no competition, advertisement has no work here. So the resources being wasted in advertisement and such things are saved. So there is prevention of wastage. Did you understand? Next we have social equality. As I told you earlier, everybody are treated in the same manner. Like everybody's wage, there won't be any wage differentials. There will be minimal wage differentials. What is wage differential? The different amount of wages to people. The people might get different wages. So this difference is being decreased. So there is minimization of wage differentiation in planned economy. And this economic system will enable basic needs to be met by everyone in the society. For example, healthcare. For as if like a less amount of cost, like price is being charged or sometimes free. Street lights, all such things are provided to the citizens in this economy, sometimes as a free good. Next we have social protection. In order to protect their consumers and producers, the government passes on law, rules or regulation, whatever it is. For example, pollution permits. In order to pollute less in the environment, the government passes some rules. That is social protection. Next we have disadvantages. Lack of economic freedom. As I already told you, there will be no competition, which means the consumers will have only less choice or not even a choice, because it is state run, sometimes a monopoly, which means there will be only one producer and only one choice. We have to purchase that if we need it. So if you take soap, we'll not have variety of soap A, that's all. So consumers' choice will be decreasing. And as I've already told you, there are some restrictions on imports, as they feel they are self-sufficient. So there will be retaliation from other countries, which will restrict the exports from the command economy also. This is also one biggest disadvantage in this type of economy. Next we have lack of incentives. Lack of incentives in the sense, all the resources, goods, services, everything is decided by the government. So there will be lack of competition. So as there are no profit motive, there will be lack of competition. And to produce some innovative and high quality product will decrease. And so there will be decrease in incentives. So listen to this. There is no competition. That is why there is decrease in incentives. Next thing is bureaucracy, which means Government administrators, we used to call them as bureaucracy. And as the decisions are taken by them, there is no entrepreneurial risk being taken in this type of economy. So there will be inefficiency in the decision. So there will be surpluses or sometimes shortages of the goods or services in the economy. I'll explain you in detail about shortage and surplus in my upcoming videos. Next, we are going to see about market economy. Features of market economy are: there is no government intervention. So the government is not going to enter in this type of economy, or there won't be any government laws or rules over here in this type of economy. Next, we have financial incentives. There are some goods. These type of economy produces the goods which produces them or generate them with high profit. But the goods such as street lights and all such things will not be provided by this type of economy, because they don't give them any profit. Maybe they will charge some prices for these kind of free goods. And another example is, if you take in agricultural sector, they will be producing or harvesting a good which produces them a high profit than a good or a crop which produces them low profit. In order to earn more profit, they produce the good which has high profit or price or demand. Next, we have competition. As there is competition, there will be choices for the consumer, and as there are choices, there will be efficiency. And as there are more competition and they are profit motive, they produce something in an innovative manner too, with high quality. And there are some advantages and disadvantages in this type of economy also. Firstly, we have efficiency. As I've already told you, the efficiency for this economy is due to competition. This will ensure that private individuals and firms' attention to what consumer wants. They will produce what their consumer wants, and as there is competition, they'll produce an innovative products too. Freedom of choices. Again, because there are more than one company, and as it is not a monopoly, there will be many companies producing. So there will be freedom of choices for the consumers to choose their product. Next, incentives. So here, as a profit motive, they will be producing a good which will generate them with high profit by working hard, and this will increase the GDP in the economy. That is, the economy will grow and the living standards in the country will also improve. So incentives, freedom of choice and efficiency are the advantages of market economy. Let's see the disadvantages. Environment issues. There will be lots of environmental issues such as pollution, depletion, all such things because of market system. Social hardship. Social hardship in the sense, the government producing public goods such as defense, street light, all such things will not be produced by this market economy, and there will be social inequality. Unlike public, that is command economy, they won't have any minimal wage differential. There will be difference in wages. And then wasteful competition. Because of this competition, there will be advertisement. Again, there will be resources being wasted on advertisement, and so this is a disadvantage of market economy. Next, we have mixed economy. Mixed economy is nothing but the mixture of private and public, and here individuals are able to set up the business and make profit, Prices are determined by market forces, by invisible hand. Then businesses are free to decide what to produce. And there will be some government intervention here. That is why it's private plus public. As I told you, it is a combination of market economy plus command economy. So here are the examples of mixed economy, and this percentage denotes the GDP produced by state. So in Ireland, there are 57% of GDP produced by government, and all others are by private. And Sweden 52% by government, remaining is by private. So likewise, this is the example. Next we have some countries over here. So the first two countries, Cuba and North Korea, denotes the example of planned economy, that is command economy, where the government takes decision. Like maximum percentage of things like decisions are taken by the government, and so they are called as planned economy. England, Japan, in these countries maximum priority is of private companies, so proportion is higher of private companies in these two countries, and so they are called as market economy. England and Japan, they used to call it as an example. It's not like everything is done by private. There are some government intervention. Compared to private, there are minimal government intervention in this country. That is why it is market economy. So this is the questions. Please answer these questions, and this is actually from IGCSE past paper only. So analyze the difference between a market economy and a mixed economy, and it's for 6 marks. Don't make it in point. For IGCSE exam, never make it in point. Do it in a paragraph in a detailed manner. Then explain why most countries have mixed economies. Again, that is also for 6 marks. Discuss whether it is a disadvantage to rely just on market forces to allocate resources. That is also for 6 marks. So look at the marks. Everything is of 6 marks. So this topic is a very important topic. So this is my answers for my previous video. So answer these questions and check whether there are some key points in this video. Actually, this first line alone will give you 2 marks for the first question, and here it's for 4 marks. This will give you 2 marks, and have to make choices, and because of scarcity, then opportunity cost, this will award, these key points will award you with 4 marks. So this is just a sample answer again. Check whether the key points are written. All the best. Have a nice day.